Laysara Summit Kingdom review. This is my review of the video game Laysara Summit Kingdom. I like this game, city builder, not a complex city builder. It's kind of like beginner to intermediate level city builder, and I would say more intermediate. There is not a complex resource chain from what I've seen so far. So if you produce an item, actually it does get to be a little bit complex, but there's a complex resource chain, but it's not for a large number of products. So you produce milk, you make it into cheese, and then it goes to the warehouse. People eat it. With textiles, you can take wool, make textiles, and then you can make dyes, and you can mix the two together, and you can make colored textiles, for example. So there is a little bit of a resource chain. You don't get it at the beginning of the game. You have to unlock it, or at least I did through the tutorial. The demo was not available at the beginning of the game. So you build in your area. There's a few issues. Everything is range based. You understand what I mean? Like you have a production area and it has to be within range of the warehouse, or it has to be within range of the other building. For example, a grain farm has to be within range of the mill to mill the grain. And the range is not that far. It's actually quite short of a range. If you don't do it that way, you have to use storage buildings, and you have to assign people to the storage buildings, and they have to transport everything. It is a pretty good game. You cannot use all the space in the game. There's going to be little gaps here and there that are going to be unused. You don't plan properly. Not going to be able to make perfect maps because the map is irregular. It has some interesting ideas in that you're climbing vertically. What the game is showing right now is that it starts out with production, then it moves into mining, and then you have the religion and the spirituality at the final level. I guess I spent about an hour playing the game. I only played one run through. I did not keep restarting. It wasn't necessary to restart. I did wish I had planned. I had to delete some buildings sometimes because it would say it was out of range. If you look at the roads, you notice that the roads wind in and out because all the buildings are different shapes, and they're not always going to fit perfectly. You can upgrade some of the buildings. At least the houses I know you can upgrade. I haven't seen upgrades for any of the other buildings. And they can upgrade to multiple levels. So basically what you're doing is you're producing food, clothing, and utensils was the other, housewares. When you meet the demand, you upgrade the house. Similar to the game Anno, A-N-N-O. Meet a certain demand within the range of the warehouse, the house is upgrade, which means that the people that are living there are now a higher class citizen. You have different classes of citizens. I don't remember what the first class is called. Maybe it was laborer, and the next one was artisan. Every production, like if you do barley, it's just one field. You don't get to choose, well, I'm going to place 5 barley fields. You're going to be doing 5 times you're going to set 1 barley field. What you're going to I don't understand the issue with the avalanche. I did have one happen in my game. The game ended. I didn't understand why they have avalanches in the game. I think the game is pretty cool. Is it like Banished? I don't know. I really played Banished with the big maps. I played many hours. I don't think it's going to go to that depth. I think this is the type of game that once you build through the whole mountain, you're going to start on another map and you're going to start over again. And I would say it might take you 2 hours or 3 hours to get to the point where you built on the whole map. Not going to be something where it takes a week or so. You can assign workers as transporters from the warehouses, but otherwise everything is done automatically. The terminology in the game, I prefer English words like milk, grain, honey. They have some terminology for foreign foods or foreign items. I did not like it because you would see it. I don't even remember what it was, tampish or something, and I don't even know what that is. But it says you need tampish, and what is tampish? Is it a food or a grain? I have no idea. Why couldn't they just simplify it and use some sort of language that we all understand? Because I don't want to be confused by what a word means, and there might have been more than one case where that happened. Okay, so the game is cool. I do recommend it. As for the price, I don't think it's a $50 game or a $40 game. Once you get into the $30 mark, I would recommend it. In terms of city builders, you've got Banished, you've got the Anno series, you've got Kingdoms and Castles. I really liked Banished. I really like Kingdoms and Castles. I would say that this is not a top tier city builder. It's going to be one of the lower tiers. Kingdoms and Castles has come a long way. Banished has so many mods. You can play it any way you want, easy, hard, etc. I think if they made the mountain bigger, if they made the maps bigger, and they add a lot more industry, a lot more different types of food, etc., then definitely yes. It's not like Islanders, not like a simple logic puzzle. I think you will enjoy this game if you like city builders, but it's like I said, there's probably going to come a point where you conquered the game. There's no trading, so you cannot trade with the outside world, and there's no military or war or combat. Okay, so that's my review. If you have any questions or comments, and I do read and respond to everything, please post below.